Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to the anime review. Today we look at the final episode of Inuyashiki, episode 11. Excuse me. Oh man, like legit, came very close to crying. This is a very bittersweet ending to the series because, it's something that you can probably predict would have happened very early on. I had this ending kind of spoiled for me. Someone actually was inaccurate about one thing, so I was happy about that in a way. But I had basically the ending of how this was going to play out spoiled for me, so it really didn't hit with that same oomph factor. But you could have saw this, I think, coming from a mile away with a lot of stuff that was happening, not even just this week's episode, but how the series has been turning out so far. As you know, obviously the issue with Hiro had been kind of settled down. Everyone had been getting over that fact. He had killed, I think, several hundred people. I think they said exactly around 500. But everyone was seeming to regain their composure after that. And even with the family, Inuyashiki's family, they were all finally like a actual family. They understood what he was. They understood that, even though he was a machine now, he was still, the person they came to love as a, father and a husband, like, in both senses. But what really amazed me was that, the kind of twist at one point where everything seemed normal, everyone was happy, and then suddenly you hear that an asteroid's heading to Earth, and they had a Donald Trump reference, which I thought was kind of funny because they captured his image pretty likely in terms of how they handled him. But the asteroid was coming down to Earth, and it was probably going to kill everyone and destroy the planet because of how big it was. So of course, Inuyashiki, being the hero he was, he had to go up there and try to stop it. And despite all of his efforts, couldn't do it himself. But then luckily Hiro came in, and despite this dude being a serial killer, and I still have really no sympathy for the dude, he at least did something that was admirable in trying to destroy the asteroid. But unfortunately, even with his self-destruct mechanism, he wasn't able to destroy it, and thus Inuyashiki had to also do the same thing. And I'll tell you, the last ending, like 2 minutes, were so powerful. I got chills down my spine. Unlike a lot of shows this season, I was legit just filled with awe. That was such a great way of using the ending song, because this ending song is such a nice ending song, but to use it for the scene was just great. And then life continues. It's very tragic in many ways. I mean, it's how real world the world is when it comes to a lot of things. People forget the sacrifices that people do every day for others, and it's life keeps moving. So some people might have a problem with that. Some people might go, "Oh, that's a really stupid ending" or whatever. But no, that's life. Life continues on. When people die, it's one story ends, but the other stories continue going. It's not an end to everything. The world doesn't stop turning, and that's why I think it was captured so perfectly in the show. Honestly, from beginning to end, Inuyashiki, I think only ever had one moment where I didn't like it too much with that last week's episode, which I rewatched it. I will take back some of my statements, but I still think that the animation wasn't that great for a final confrontation of sorts. It made up for this in this week's episode because honestly, it ended the series on an oomph with all the animation. It was pretty spectacular at some points. But last week, yeah, it had moments where it just kind of annoyed me, where you see someone slamming into a building and not doing a single thing of damage to it. It's a little nitpicky, I know, but you get that, when you see animation after so long like I have, it's just, you notice those things a little more than you wish you would. I mean, if I'd first start off with shows like this, I wouldn't even care about stuff like that, but 900 something shows later, you see that and it's like, oh, it just resonates with you a lot harder than it should. And I do apologize, I hope people understand that, but it is what it is. But given that this show has been amazing from beginning to end for the most part, great story, great characters, great sense of emotion. I mean, one of the best things about this that definitely from beginning to end has always captured is emotion. Music, the opening being easily the best thing this season. I don't care, or maybe this year possibly, to be honest with you, if I think about it. Even the ending song was great too. Honestly, if I had to review the show between A through F, I gotta give it a solid A. It's not on the precipice of A+. It could have been an A+, maybe if it was a little longer. Maybe they didn't skip certain things from the manga, because I know there was some stuff skipped, but it's not anything really that bad per se. It's not like stuff that you'll really be pissed off by. I know the ending of the manga exactly. They captured that exactly how this show did it, so I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm happy about that. But I will say that this show is very, very enjoyable and definitely one of my top 3 of the season, to be honest with you guys and girls. What did you guys think, though? We'd love to hear from you in the comments below. As always, guys and girls, if you did like this review, think about hitting the subscribe button, sharing the video around, liking the video, and check out my Patreon for various awards and stuff like that. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great, blessed day until I pass crossing again in the next review. Bye-bye, everyone.